I'm Brad, Skylar's dad.
Hi, I'm Michelle, Skylar's mom.
And hi, I'm Skylar, and today I will be presenting on why I believe the 4-day work week should be mandatory amongst all corporate environments. We all know the somber feeling of the Monday blues, the specific and horrible feeling of knowing that you have 5 days left of work to accomplish and little to no time to unwind. You may have spent the last 2 days getting all of your errands done to be able to feel refreshed and ready to take on this week, or you may have spent the weekend going on a weekend getaway and coming back swamped with things to do now during your work week. I myself have fallen a victim to the never-ending cycle of what is called the corporate work week. I spend my week looking forward to the weekend and then spend the weekend, unfortunately, not having any time to relax. This can create the feeling of burnout and a lack of work-life balance among many workers. To remedy this, I think that the 4-day work week should be mandatory amongst all work environments to increase productivity, encourage time management, as well as minimize our carbon footprint. The 5-day work week is simply just an outdated practice. We implemented this when child labor was a concern in the 1930s because children were overworked, underpaid, and not having available resources that they needed in order to be reliable workers. Because of this, we implemented what we thought would be a reform to prevent them from being there too long, and since they're children, allow them to get paid what they should be getting paid. According to National Geographic, in 1938, legislators passed the Fair Labor Standards Act, a landmark labor law that established the first minimum wage and banned child labor. Although the law did not set a specific number of hours an employee could work per days per week, it forced employees to pay overtime to hourly employees who worked more than 44 hours a week. Now, we are also following the same exact schedule from the 1930s, despite having AI, technology, and other available resources that they did not have in the 1930s, which allows us to now get our work done faster. So we're simply just there too long for the amount of work that we're getting done. Many people, when they are at work, they will get their work done within the first 1 to 2 hours of their shift and then spend the majority of their time after that waiting for the next available task and never actually having a schedule of what they should be doing. Because of this, by implementing a 4-day work week, we would allow workers to have better time management. This would allow them to jam-pack everything that they would have been doing in a 5-day work week, which was getting spread out over 40 hours, and most of the time having breaks in between, to now compacting it to 4 days to allow them to work 32 hours, but spend those 32 hours actually getting work done for the entirety of their shift. This would allow them to then go home, be able to unwind and relax for 3 days, maybe spend one of those days getting their stuff done and 2 of those days actually enjoying themselves. 2/3 of full-time employees say they have experienced burnout at some point in their careers. When we're spending 40 hours at work, 1 to 2 hours commuting, and then expected to sleep 8 hours a day, how are we given any time in our days to enjoy ourselves and also get cut off on the daily tasks? The solution to this was to bring back a lifestyle of being less stressed and more productive at work. When implementing the 4-day work week, this would allow us to have the balance that we are all looking for of being able to go home and enjoy ourselves, but also go to work and feel like we're actually getting stuff done in the amount of time that we're there. As stated in the World Economic Forum, more than 9 out of 10 employees who took part in the global trials said that they wanted to continue with a 4-day work week, rating their experience a 9.1 out of 10. Measures of employee stress, burnout, fatigue, and work-life family conflict all declined. At the same time, employees reported improved physical and mental health, work-life balance, and an increased general life satisfaction. Although some employees were still doing work on their days off, most felt they were more productive and doing a better job. People reported getting more exercise and more sleep than a 4-day work week. As stated earlier, we all feel more relieved when we know that we have the ability to go home and relax and show up the next day ready to work and ready to be accomplished. This will allow us to increase our productivity. As mentioned earlier, when we shorten our work week, we're getting more things done in the day. Then when we're going home, we're completing the tasks that we wanted to do, such as appointments, going on a vacation, or even picking up a new hobby. This will allow us to decompress and unwind for the next day to show up even ready to work and doing better than we would have done without it. According to CNBC, companies reported that the shorter work week improved productivity, morale, and team culture. Employees reported that even their health, finances, and relationships improved. Lastly, a 4-day work week does not just benefit our personal health as well as business productivity, but it also improves the health and climate as well. A decreased work week means that we're going to be spending less time commuting. We all know what it feels like to sit in rush hour traffic at 5 p.m. trying to get home 5 days out of the week. By Tuesday, you're ready for the week to be over. By Friday, you can't wait for the weekend, and then Monday rolls around and you know you have to do the same thing all over again. This means that majority of our commute is spent in the car. As we all know, cars release emissions that are bad for the environment, and when everyone is commuting 5 days out of the week, we're all spending that harmful time in the car releasing those gases into the climate. As stated in BBC, although climate benefits are the most challenging thing to measure, we have a lot of research showing that over time, as countries reduce hours of work, their carbon emissions falls. A 10% reduction in hours is associated to an 8.6 fall in a carbon footprint, according to the study co-authored by SCORE in 2012. When we look into how much time we're spending in the car, the solution to this would be to just cut back on the car. Well, how are we going to cut back on the car if we're expected to be there 5 days out of the week? Many companies implemented what they call a hybrid workplace, where they're at home 2 days out of the week, 3 days in the office, or vice versa. But this still isn't simply cutting the fact that the time that they're spent at home is again not being productive and just waiting for their next task to be done. Instead of having workers at home, increasing the cost of the workplace by providing them at-home equipment, we should just be allowing them to have that third day off to be able to do what they want and encourage them to meet their deadlines during the week. In conclusion, as you can see, a 4-day work week will help create a healthier work-life balance, improve productivity, and help reduce our carbon footprint. By encouraging, promoting, and testing out a 4-day work week, we can help create a healthier lifestyle for the 169,008 million Americans who are in the workforce daily, who are all experiencing the similar situations. Now, a 4-day work week isn't the solution to remedy all job forces. Of course, we still experience people who their job productivity is determined on how much they're getting accomplished in a day, such as labor, doctors, nurses. For them, this schedule may not exactly be necessary. But however, for corporate America, who spends most of their time just getting day-to-day tasks accomplished, they would be able to better time manage, to be able to start with this 4-day work week, and then eventually give this to other people as well, once we know how to properly regulate it.